Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to our science class. Yesterday, we discussed our fifth lesson, acids, bases, and salts. Did you remember the difference between acids and bases? Yes, acids are sour in taste. Generally, bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. On the basis of some natural indicators, we can identify whether the solution acidic or basic. Three types of natural indicators we commonly used. That is China rose petals, litmus paper, and turmeric. Today we are going to discuss the rest of the lesson. That is, what is neutralization? We have learned that acids turns blue litmus red and bases turns red litmus paper into blue color. Today we are going to discuss what is neutralization reaction. It is a reaction between an acid and a base to produce salt and water. Okay, neutralization reaction, that is an exothermic reaction. So heat is evolved and temperature increases. Neutralization means it is the reaction between an acid and a base. Okay, reaction between an acid and a base and that produce salt and water. That is neutralization. And in this reaction, that is an exothermic reaction. Exothermic means heat is evolved. Okay, heat is evolved. Such reactions are known as exothermic reaction and the temperature increases. To identify the neutralization reaction, here we use an indicator phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is one of the acid-base indicator. It is a colorless substance. When it is added to an acidic solution, okay, when phenolphthalein is added to an acidic solution, there is no color change and the resulting solution is colorless. But when it is added to a base, the color changes into pink. So, by using phenolphthalein indicator, we can identify an acid or a base. Thus, phenolphthalein is an acid-base indicator. Now we are going to observe an experiment related to the neutralization process. Neutralization. It is when an acid is mixed with a base in right proportion. When an acid is mixed with a base in a right proportion, both the solution neutralize the solutions each other. That means the acidic nature of the acid and the basic nature of the base are destroyed. This reaction is called neutralization. Let's see how neutralization works. Acid and basic nature of the solutions are destroyed. This reaction is called neutralization. For the experiment, here we have some test tubes, some droppers and some dilute hydrochloric acid and a little bit of sodium hydroxide solution and an indicator that is known as phenolphthalein on the tube. Then let's add some dilute hydrochloric acid to the test tube. First, add dilute hydrochloric acid to the test tube. Notice that the color of dilute hydrochloric acid, it is colorless. Okay, dilute hydrochloric acid is a colorless solution. Then let's add the indicator, that is phenolphthalein, into the test tube. Add some drops of phenolphthalein indicator into the test tube. Phenolphthalein gives pink color when the solution is basic. But all of you observe the solution? Yes, this solution is colorless. So that means this is an acidic solution. This confirms that the colorless nature that indicate this solution is acid. To this acidic solution, add some drops of hydroxide solution, which is a basic substance. Yes, here we can see the color is changed into pink. This confirms the solution is basic. That is why it is pink in color. All of you remember, phenolphthalein gives pink color when the solution is basic. Okay, so this is a basic solution. Then see what is happening adding again another drop of hydrochloric acid to the test tube. Yes, it become colorless again. The solution has become acidic because of the additional drop. We know that when we add phenolphthalein to a solution, phenolphthalein gives pink color when the solution is basic. But this solution is colorless, so that means this is an acidic solution. Then again add a very small amount of sodium hydroxide, the base again, just enough the solution become colorless and doesn't change into pink. Okay, the proportion of the liquid is now such that the acid and the base neutralize each other. This colorless liquid is neither an acid nor a base. It is a neutral liquid. Okay, acid plus base gives neutralization. Okay, children. But how will we confirm whether the liquid is neutral liquid? Yes, here we can use an indicator to do that. Okay, we already learned about the indicator litmus paper, natural indicator litmus paper. We can see blue and red litmus paper. Let's use litmus paper to check the solution. The blue strip remain blue and the red strip remain red. This shows the solution is neither an acid nor a base. It is a neutral solution. Thus, neutralization can be defined as a reaction between an acid and a base. When we dip the litmus paper into both solution, we can see there is no color change. So, we can confirm this is a neutral solution. Then, neutralization is a reaction between an acid and a base. This neutralization reaction can be written as hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide gives sodium chloride and water. We can write the neutralization reaction hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide that gives sodium chloride plus water. HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O. Here we can observe other changes during the neutralization reaction. The test tube has become quite hot because heat was produced during the reaction. This is one of the changes. Another product of this reaction is the formation of salt. Heat and salt produced during neutralization reaction. That is, neutralization reaction is the reaction between an acid and a base where the acidic and basic characters are destroyed and heat, salt and water produced during this neutralization process. Remember, the byproducts are heat, salt and water. Next, we are going to discuss about neutralization process in everyday life. Acidity can happen even in a human bodies. Acidity means there is too much acid in the stomach that causing discomfort. We already learned in our previous classes the process of digestion. Our stomach contains hydrochloric acid, which helps in the process of digestion of food. But when this acid is produced in excess, it causes indigestion. Neutralizing the acid with base can help to improve the situation. Here you can see a picture. This is a medicine, an antacid, such as a milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia that contains magnesium hydroxide. It is a base, which base that helps to relieve acidity. The base that helps to neutralize the acidic nature. Then next one is an interesting fact that ant bite. Ant sting causes a lot of pain. It contains acid, that is formic acid. The effect of the acid can be neutralized by using an ointment, that is a base. Ant sting causes a lot of pain because it contains an acid. That acid is known as formic acid. It can be neutralized by using an ointment. We all heard about calamine lotion. It contains zinc carbonate. Calamine lotion contains zinc carbonate, which is a basic substance that helps to smooth the effect of formic acid on the skin. The effect of the ant sting can also be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. Baking soda is a base, so that helps to neutralize the acidic nature of formic acid. Then the next one is factories. Factories in the urban area that release waste materials that contains acids into the nearby rivers and streams. Do you think about what do they add to the waste? Yes, to the waste they make it less dangerous. They make the rivers and streams less dangerous to the plants and animals' life. To make the water less acidic, the factories add bases to the acidic waste material that helps to neutralize the wastes. Here, to neutralize the acidic nature, the factories add bases to the acidic waste that helps to neutralize the wastes. Then next one is about soil treatment. We need to find the acidity of soil by using litmus strips. Here you can see we already learned that natural indicators that include litmus paper that helps to identify whether the solution is acidic or basic nature. We can find the acidity of the soil by using litmus strips before we plant a tree. Here we have two samples to test the acidity of the soil. Let's mix these soil with water. The first picture that shows the soil solution turned blue litmus paper into red color. When we dip a blue litmus paper into the solution, that turned the color into red. This confirms the solution in a beaker is acidic. Excess use of chemical fertilizers makes soil acidic. How can we neutralize the soil solution? Yes, the best way to neutralize the soil by adding base, such as quicklime, which is calcium oxide. Oxalate lime, which is calcium hydroxide. This will make the soil solution suitable for the plant. To neutralize the acidic nature of the soil, we add quicklime, that is calcium oxide, and calcium oxalate lime, which is known as calcium hydroxide. This will make the soil solution suitable for the plant. Then now look at another picture. The another sample, when we dip a red litmus paper into the next sample, here we can observe the red litmus paper turn its color into blue. This shows the nature of the soil is basic. So here we need to add some acidic to neutralize the solution. By adding some organic matter to the soil, it helps to make the soil acidic. The organic matter helps to release acid to the soil. These are the neutralization process takes place in our everyday life. All of you take your textbook and open page number 54. Neutralization. We have learned that acids turn blue litmus red and bases turn red litmus blue. Let us see what happens when an acid is mixed with a base. We are going to use an indicator you have not used so far. It is called phenolphthalein. Here we use, for the neutralization process, we use an indicator that is known as phenolphthalein. We already observed the experiment. Okay, fill 1/4 of a test tube with dilute hydrochloric acid. Note down its color. Note down the color of phenolphthalein solution also. Dear students, did you remember the color of the solutions? Yes, both solutions are colorless. Dilute hydrochloric acid and the indicator phenolphthalein is a colorless solution. Then add 2 to 3 drops of an indicator to the acid. Okay, first we take small quantity of dilute hydrochloric acid in a test tube and then add 2 or 3 drops of indicator, that is phenolphthalein, into the acid. Now shake the test tube gently. Do you observe any change in the color of the acid? No, there is no color change. We know that the indicator phenolphthalein gives pink color when the solution is basic. But this solution is colorless. That means the solution is an acidic. Then add to the acidic solution a drop of sodium hydroxide solution by a dropper. Stir the tube gently. Is there any change in the color of the solution? Continue adding the sodium hydroxide solution drop by drop while stirring till the pink color just appears. Okay, here we can see when we add sodium hydroxide to the solution, the color changed into pink. That means this solution is basic. Now add one more drop of a dilute hydrochloric acid. What do you observe? Yes, the solution again becomes colorless. Again add 1 drop of sodium hydroxide solution. Is there any change in the color? The solution again becomes pink in color. It is evident that when the solution is basic, phenolphthalein gives a pink color. On the other hand, when the solution is acidic, it remains colorless. All of you underline, when the solution is basic, phenolphthalein gives a pink color. On the other hand, when the solution is an acidic, it remains colorless. Then what happens here? Yes, when an acidic solution is mixed with a basic solution, both solutions neutralize the effect of each other. When an acidic solution and a basic solution are mixed with suitable amount, both the acidic nature of the acid and the basic nature of the base are destroyed. The resulting solution is neither acidic nor basic. All of you underline. Here an acidic solution is mixed with a basic solution. Both solutions neutralize the effect each other. When an acid solution and a base solution are mixed with a suitable amount, both acidic and basic nature are destroyed. Okay, then What can observe other changes during neutralization reaction? Yes, the test tube has become quite hot because heat was produced during the reaction. Okay, touch the test tube immediately after neutralization. What do you observe? In neutralization reaction, heat is always produced or evolved. The evolved heat raised the temperature of the reaction mixture. In neutralization reaction, a new substance is formed. What is that? Yes, that is called salt. Salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. All of you mark the sentence. Here, during the process of neutralization, other changes also takes place. That is, heat is produced during the process of neutralization and one new substance is formed. That is salt. Salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. Thus, neutralization can be defined as the reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. All of you underline the sentence. The reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. Salt and water are produced in this process with the evolution of heat. Okay, this is an exothermal reaction. The heat is evolved during the process of neutralization reaction. And here a new substance, that is salt, is formed. The nature of the salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral. Okay, then water is also formed. We can be written the neutralization process, that is acid plus base, that gives salt plus water, and heat is evolved. The following reaction is an example, that is hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide, that gives sodium chloride plus water. Okay, then neutralization in everyday life. We already discussed the process of indigestion, ant bite, and soil treatment, and factory waste. All of you try to read together. Our stomach contains hydrochloric acid. It helps us to digest food. We already learned in our previous classes. Stomach contains hydrochloric acid. This acid helps to digest what? Food. Okay. Then, but too much of acid in the stomach, that causes indigestion. Okay, too much production of the acid in the stomach, that causes indigestion. Sometimes indigestion is painful. To relieve indigestion, we take an antacid such as milk of magnesia. We already discussed that contains magnesium hydroxide that helps to neutralize the effect of excessive acid. Next one is ant bite. When an ant bites, it injects the acidic liquid, that is formic acid, into the skin. The effect of the acid can be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or calamine lotion, which contains zinc carbonate. Okay, then the third one is soil treatment. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers that makes the soil acidic. Plants do not grow well when the soil is either too acidic or too basic. When the soil is too acidic, it is treated with the base like quicklime, that is calcium oxide, or slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide. If the soil is basic, organic matter compost is added to it. Organic matter releases acids which neutralizes the basic nature of the soil. Okay, then the next one is factory waste. The waste of many factories contain acids. If they are allowed to flow into the water bodies, the acids will kill fish and other organisms. So, the factory wastes are therefore neutralized by adding basic substances. To make the water less acidic, the factories add bases to the acidic waste and acidic waste material, and that helps to neutralize the wastes.
Okay, these are the neutralization in everyday life.
Now we finished our fifth lesson. So dear students, all of you try to read and understand the lesson carefully. Okay, see you next class. Thank you.